Hi, I'm Brenda Yoho. Welcome to Solution Saturday. So, today I want to talk a little bit about principles just in general and leadership and all of the leaders leading our schools and organizations and places everywhere. So, my book, Lead with Two Rules Feeling Good and Feeling Safe, is really directed towards people in education, but it can be applied to many different areas as well. Now, I wrote the book after leaving my position as a director of education supports and education. Now, when I left the education world, it wasn't necessarily because I was ready to go. I was going through a trauma myself. See, I had a car accident in 2010, and this was the year of 2017, 2018, and my trial, believe it or not, over the accident was beginning. And with that comes a time when you're having to relive and go over and hear the stories of that accident again. And if you've been through a trauma, revisiting that is harmful. It can trigger lots of different things. I have a traumatic brain injury. I know I have mentioned that before, but if you didn't know that about me, it's true. I have a traumatic brain injury. I have the same diagnosis I had in 2010. I've had been seen by lots of different doctors and been tested, and I know my diagnosis well. I do take medication to prevent the migraines and head pain that I experience. I function very, very well. I am able to do lots of things, so I'm very blessed in that sense. My neurologist tells me it's because I'm very stubborn about things, and that's true. For a long time, I tried to pretend like I didn't have a brain injury. And that's very typical of my personality. I wanted to get back and to serve the children and the families and the staff as quickly as I could. But unfortunately, your brain takes 5 years to heal. And so I wasn't at my best when I went back, because I went back very quickly against everybody's well wishes and what they thought was in the best interest of myself. But I needed to get back to kids. So, long story very short, I went back to be the principal right after my accident, and I was able to maintain that for 2 years, and then it just got the best of me because I wasn't the best me. I wasn't able to recall names like I did before the accident. I wasn't able to have the endurance that I did before the accident. Granted, I was still recovering, and I wasn't allowing myself to do so. And so I had made the decision that I was going to leave being the principal, and that was very difficult for me after being back in that position. And so then I made that very clear that I was going to do that, and my superintendent had encouraged through different ways that I continue to stay in education, just in a different role. And so I did. That's how I became the director of educational support programs, because it was a stationary position, and I would be located in a central office, and I would be doing paperwork and lots of different things, and I wouldn't be out with the day-to-day operations that you need to be able to be snap on decision making. So that's what I did. And then my superintendent retired, and we got a new superintendent and had different ideas and directions, and I was getting more and more pressure to do more and more things. But unfortunately, when that came, so did the trial for my accident. Believe it or not, it took 7 years to get this trial going, and to get it all settled. I mean, that seems like unheard of, but it did. It took a long time. So finally, we're going through the trial, and I started, because of all the pressures at work, I started experiencing some medical issues, because of all the stress, and I failed an EKG. And that was my first warning sign. So I'm going and seeing a cardiologist who takes me off all my medication. Well, when he does that, I start experiencing migraines, and they were horrific. And I was having so much head pain that it was becoming unbearable for me. I recall having to leave a meeting, and I drove myself to my neurologist, and they put me on IVs, and I was at stroke level, and they told me I was going to have to do something. They've been telling me for a while, but they said, if you don't do something, this is going to kill you. And it's like, wow. Okay, so at this time, I was having a very difficult time talking to my boss at that time, and she was very busy with lots of different things, and so I was trying to just get some temporary disability, just to work part-time or something, because at least till I got through this trial. And long story short, it just didn't work out for me at that district, and so I'm not going to tell all the details because it's just not needed. But I was able to get through the trial, and I came home, and I was dealing also with my mother-in-law, who was having a lot of her issues as well. We ended up moving her into our home, and I was taking care of her. And it was a blessing that I could stay home and take care of her. And I began writing. And the first draft of my book was about school improvement, and because that's what I knew. That's what I knew how to do. And it was very therapeutic for me, and I started writing a blog and doing lots of things. And then my mother-in-law passed away, and anyway, I decided to go this direction by some friends, and we went to do what I did my whole career on, was leading with 2 rules, and I was all about helping kids to always feel good and to always feel safe. And I did a lot of things in my career with always putting kids first and my family first, and I was always putting myself last. And I went to try to help principals to understand that you've got to be well in order to serve others. So in the book, Chapter 7 is about new roles, principal mental health in a post-COVID school. I really didn't get to experience the COVID as an educator, but I did have friends who went through having to serve as an educator during the COVID period. I coached and mentored during this time as well. And I know there was a lot of things going on personally and professionally, and still we have the things that we're dealing with post-COVID. I've talked to teachers, I've talked to principals, I've talked to parents, and I'm compiling lots of information that I know that I can send back out through my blog and do some talks like this. And I'm going to continue to do those things. But I want to share that inside Chapter 7, there are things that you can do to help with building your resilience, and things to do to help with your self-care. And I know that a couple people who have endorsed my book, my friend Danny Bauer, who is a great friend, he's doing a lot of stuff on his site that is talking a lot about like meditation and things like that. I know that Justin Bader is doing some things that he's putting out and talking about how to do some changing as well. But I want to tell you that lead with 2 rules, with just making that simple switch in your school, where everybody is focused on helping each other and working together as a family, in making sure that everybody is feeling valued, and they're feeling that they belong and they're good in that whole environment, that there's a trusted adult that they can go to, and that counts for staff members as well. And that they're feeling that they're safe, and safety is big. It's more than just feeling physically safe. One of the things that I worked on a great deal was about the bullying, and that seems to be really increasing because it's so easy to use those phones to type out some messages and snap a photo here and there it's not attractive sometimes, and to make fun of people, and it's hurtful. It really is. And then it doesn't go away. People can Photoshop and do all kinds of crazy things with even this video, and we just need to be aware of all of that. So principals, what I want you to do is to schedule in some time before you start your day. I am very religious and faithful in my faith. Start your day with just some moments. If it's your drive in, listen to some peaceful music or something that you're in tune with. I have some great leaders that I listen to. I belong to a lot of groups that send me Bible messages. I read devotions, something that helps you to start your day with cleansing, getting your mindset that you are free from all the noise that's in the world, because there's a great deal of it. And then as you begin your day, when you feel that you're getting a little stressed, pause, take a break. It's okay, you can. Take 5 minutes. You can close your door. Take 10. It'll be fine. Regain yourself. You do not have to take it all on your shoulders alone. Delegation was always one of my weakest, and I want you to know that you can delegate so much. Your team is there to help you. Your team is there to support you. Your team is there to be part of your solution. I always thought I had to do everything myself at the very beginning of my administrative career. And then towards my end, I knew I had a great team that could do more than I could sometimes. So I want you to take that time, and when you go home at the end of the day, do the same thing you did as you went to school. Turn on that relaxing music and get yourself switched in your mind to get ready to go home, to be part of your home. Be there for those people as well. They need you more, and they love you unconditionally, and that is so important to have that balance. And people will often say you can't have a balance, and it's difficult because it'll creep in. It will, but you can have a little bit of a balance, I do believe. I think in my book there's some charts, and I think I have some zeros for professional development and for myself, and some personal relationships and stuff. When I wrote that, I felt like I didn't do a lot of that, but I think reflecting back now, I did do a lot, but I think I did it not within the context of the day. I think I did a lot of it during the weekends and things, and when teachers were doing professional development, I was right there with them. So I guess I was just counting myself as being part of the teacher group, which I want you to do that. I want you to be part of your teacher's professional development, because when you're part of that with them, then they know that you're investing in the situation with them, that you are part of what they're doing. You don't want to not be part of a professional development that they're going through, because the more you know, the more you can help. And when they see that you're rolling up your sleeve and you're part of their situation, the better it will be, because then you can answer questions as well. So today, on Saturday, the problem was self-care for our leaders, and the solution is schedule the time to have for yourself so you can take care of you, so you can take care of others. Be part of all of the training that's going on with the people that you serve so that you understand what they're going through, and take the time to get to know everyone you serve and be there for your family, and just take 5 to 10 minutes a day when you need it. It's okay. Delegate. Your team is there to help you. I'll see you next Saturday. Have a great weekend and take care of yourself. Thank you.